What's up, guys? It's Ricky with Rapsky Gaming coming at you with some more Halo 4 gameplay. What you're looking at here in the background is a friendly 3v3 custom match that we played on the Crazed Spartans' newest creation, Trident. And if you haven't played Trident yet, you seriously need to get on the ball because this map is amazing and needs to be in matchmaking today. 343, I'm talking to you. But seriously, this map has tons of potential. It plays extremely well for 2v2s, 3v3s on both Slayer and Objective modes. And if, like I said, if you haven't tried it out, I definitely recommend doing so. So, in a previous video, we discussed the possibility of there being an open world campaign in Halo 5, and I really enjoyed your guys' comments on that. It's really nice to see your guys' thoughts. You know, myself personally, I feel like it would be a really cool experience. However, you know, there are, of course, some people who disagree, and that's totally fine. You know, that's the whole point of this little mini-series here leading up to E3, just talking about some possibilities of what we may see in the next Halo game and whether or not those may be good or bad. So as I said earlier, you know, previous videos we've discussed an open world campaign or a 64-player online count in multiplayer, but what about some gaming elements that might not necessarily be covered in this leak? I'd like to go outside the box a little bit and discuss some other gaming elements with you guys today. Now, it's undeniable that Halo 4 borrowed a lot of elements from Call of Duty, like custom loadouts, sprint, grenade indicators, hit markers. All of these came straight from Call of Duty and have since caused a really big controversy within the community, whether or not these things are good for Halo or they just need to go. So, as you may have noticed from the title of this video, today I want to discuss the possibility of a spotting mechanic in the next Halo game. So what if instead of borrowing some elements from Call of Duty, 343 borrowed some from, say, Gears of War, where you can actually paint the enemy that you're shooting at or looking at so that your teammates can actually see where they are. Now, as of right now, the only way to do this in Halo is to actually call them out, as you would in a competitive match. But imagine being able to couple callouts with actually being able to physically paint where your enemy is on the map. This could potentially take out a lot of confusion with some callouts, like if a player doesn't exactly know where they are, they can just simply look at them, paint them, and you know exactly where that enemy player is. Personally, I feel like a spotting mechanic would help out advanced players in getting a more pinpoint accurate description of where the enemy player is going to be. But at the same time, I feel like it would cater even more to newer players who aren't experienced with reading the radar, much like Promethean Vision does in Halo 4. Now, in Gears of War, there is no radar like there is in Halo, but of course in Halo there is the option to turn off the radar in competitive matches. So how does the spotting mechanic work in a game that has both radar and spotting mechanics in it? Well, Battlefield, the way it does is when you spot an enemy, it does it just like in Gears of War, where if you physically look at the enemy player, you can see the paint or the spot over their head, but it also keeps them on your mini-map as well, even if they're not moving. So in Halo, a lot like Promethean Vision would pretty much cancel out the crouching technique to stay off of the radar. If someone spotted you whenever you were crouching, then the enemy player would immediately know where you are and essentially counter your stealthiness. So with all that being said, is a spotting mechanic something that we would like to see in the next Halo game? I think that it could potentially work. However, I would love to see what your guys' thoughts are on the matter. Now, one other thing to keep in mind is that when playing online, a lot of times people don't have mics to actually do callouts. So if we did have a spotting mechanic, this could essentially make up for that fact, and people would still be able to participate in letting you know where enemy players were on the map without actually having to physically speak to you and tell you where they were. So my question, of course, to you guys is, what do you think about having a spotting mechanic in the next Halo game? Do you think that it'd be good or not? I'm really excited to see your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a like, and as always, thanks for watching. Rapsky! Game. Nice game, guys.
Extracted.